Hi, my name is Lily, and today I'm going to be teaching you the basics on how to play a ukulele. Now I'm going to start off with just the basic parts of the ukulele. This includes the body, which is the base right here. This is the neck, and then the top right here is the head, which if I zoom in, I can show you. There's also these little knobs, which are the tuners, and these help tune your individual strings when playing. Now, there's one way to hold the ukulele when you're playing, unless you're left-handed, but you usually hold it under your right arm, and then you support the neck with your left hand, which is what you play your strings with, and then you strum with your right hand. And a guitar and the ukulele are very much alike, as you can see. The ukulele is just a mini version of the guitar. There's only one difference, is that the ukulele has 4 strings while a guitar has 6. This makes it a lot easier to play chords, and it makes your chords just a little bit different than when you're playing on the guitar. Now I recommend that if you have small fingers like me, that you play the ukulele instead of the guitar, because it's a lot easier to wrap your fingers around the neck of it because it's a lot smaller. Now before you start playing your ukulele, I recommend that you get it tuned, and the easiest way to do that is with an app that's on your iPhone. It's called Guitar Tuner, and you just pluck the individual strings and it tells you how close you are to the actual note, and then you can tune it from there. Now today I'm going to teach you how to play 4 chords. And these 4 chords are probably the easiest chords on the ukulele, and they're used in a lot of songs, and they can be used together in a lot of songs because they're easily transitioned to. So I'm going to start off by zooming in again. Now these bars right here are called the frets. So fret 1, fret 2, fret 3. And each individual strings are G, C, E, and A. So I'm going to start off by teaching you the C chord, which is probably the easiest chord on the ukulele, and it only uses 1 finger. So your 1 finger goes, so your 3rd finger goes on the 3rd fret, so 1, 2, 3, and on the very last string, so your A string, and then you just strum down, so it sounds like that, and that's your C chord. Now I'm going to show you how to do the G chord, which is just a little bit harder, but you place your 1st finger onto the 2nd fret, 2nd string, and then your 2nd finger on the 2nd fret, last string, so your A string again, and then your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret, 3rd string, and that sounds like this. So you can go from C to G. Now I'm going to teach you how to play the A minor chord, which is yet again another easy chord to play because it's just played with 1 finger. You place your 2nd finger onto the 2nd fret on that 1st string, so it sounds like this. So 2nd fret on that 1st string. Now, I recommend that you play that with your 2nd finger because it's easy to transition to my last chord that I'm going to teach you, which is the F chord. And you keep that 2nd finger on that 1st string, and then just place your 1st finger onto the 1st fret, 3rd string. So that sounds like this. So you can go from A minor to F. So there are a lot of different ways that you can actually strum the ukulele. I recommend doing it with the pad of your thumb. That's the easiest way I learned to do it because you can make quick movements up and down. Now a lot of people also play it with their 1st finger, which I think is just a little bit harder because it gets caught in the strings. And then some people play it with their nail on their 1st finger, just because it makes a little bit of a sharper noise. You can also play it with a pick too, but I recommend getting a felt pick instead of a guitar pick because it won't ruin your strings. Another little tip is I recommend cutting your nails so that they're the shortest they can be, because it makes it a lot easier to press down on those strings and to transition between chords. Also, your finger placement is very important, because if you play a chord and your finger is not placed correctly onto that string, it can sound dull and you won't hear the sound that comes out of the ukulele. Now there's a couple ways, actually there's tons of ways that you can do strumming when playing the ukulele. I kind of go into like one strumming pattern just because I find it the easiest and it sounds good with a lot of songs. So I'm going to show you a little bit of that strumming pattern. It goes like this. So some of you may have recognized that song that is I'm Yours by Jason Mraz, which I just used the 4 chords that I taught you to play that song. So as you can see, it's way easy to play a song with just those 4 chords. Now the strumming pattern I was using is the down, down, up, down, up, and it goes like this, just a little bit faster. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. And that's the easiest strumming pattern that I know. So one more little tip before I leave. I recommend that you get a case for your ukulele, just for carrying around, and just when you're keeping it stored so that it doesn't get damaged, it's probably the best option. So that is all for today. I hope you enjoyed my video.